Hello friends, welcome to this short video on the redevelopment of Safal Complex, also called as Cosmopolitan 1 Cooperative Housing Society. When it comes to redevelopment, but some of the top questions that come to mind is, why is redevelopment required? What if we don't do redevelopment? Why now? Let us wait for a few more years. How safe is my property? Right? So you're giving your property to someone to redevelop. You have to know that you're going to get it back. So how safe is an important question. What could go wrong? All of us have heard of some stories of redevelopment that has gone wrong. Have we learned from it? What could go wrong? And what can we do to secure the interest? Now that we know what are the things that could go wrong, can we do something to make sure we are safe? What is the way forward? Okay. One is we have to decide. Second, after decision, what are the next steps? So let's look at some of these questions and try and answer some of them with this short video today. First, the reason for redevelopment. Why is redevelopment needed? Right? So number one, aging infrastructure and maintenance challenges. We are already 28 years old as a society. So there's a lot of wear and tear that is happening. Every few months, we come for an SGM to approve additional expenses to the managing committee. Obviously, this also impacts on resident comfort. Right now, I know there are several cars which have to be moved out of their parking places because, there's plastering work and there's repair and maintenance that's going on. And of course, cost. The costs are just increasing all the time in order to maintain the society. The second reason why we need to redevelop is the infrastructure is old and there's a lot of modern developments that have happened that can make life much better for the residents. Like, number one, we have to enhance quality of living, bring in some modern things and conveniences, some contemporary amenities like updated kitchens that cater to today's lifestyle, and also some more energy efficient systems, like maybe even solar. Okay, I don't know if we will do that right now, but in future, all of those things need to be there. Okay. Safety and compliance is one of the big reasons why redevelopment is essential. You can see the photograph on your picture. That's Jimmy Park 1. We know what happened there, and it's a real tragedy. Obviously, resident safety is very, very important. We've had some instances even in our society where a small fire broke out and the residents had to struggle a lot. They found it difficult to come through the smoke. So safety is important. We have to comply with the building code. NMMC has building codes. They keep flagging societies which are high risk, and we don't want to get into the high risk area. We need to make sure before NMMC flags us, we get it sorted. Finally, risk reduction. Outdated structures like the one in your picture can be, a cause for a lot of, not just, an effect on life, but it actually, people of GB Park, you can imagine, they were sitting at home watching TV one day, and for the next 5 years, suddenly their life is wiped out. So we have to reduce these risks as well. Okay, what if we don't redevelop? If we don't redevelop, let's see what happens. Number one, maintenance cost is going to keep on increasing. There's a deteriorating infrastructure, and as it deteriorates further, the expenses will only keep rising. I already said there's rising maintenance cost. And how much can you upgrade? Whatever repair you're doing is temporary because we all know that the reinforcement inside is completely rusted. So now it is reaching a stage where the cost of repair is much more expensive than actually redeveloping, and therefore it makes sense. So here's a simple math for you. The cost of upkeep for our society now is estimated to be about 2 crore rupees per year. That's right, 2 crores per year. So this literally translates to a contribution of rupees 1.3 lakhs per flat every 2 years. Can you imagine? That's what our society is coming to, right? Okay. The third thing that can happen if you don't redevelop the society, decline in property value. I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that your flat rates are not moving up, whereas all the properties, newer properties around, they are becoming more and more expensive. So properties will not get, if they are not modernized, the price is not going to increase. Their marketability gets affected. In fact, they may even decline in value. Increasingly, people will have challenges when they try to sell the flat, because who's going to buy the flat? There's obviously financial loss happening even right now. The longer you wait, the more your money is stagnant and it is not getting any appreciation or any increase in value, that's literally like having a financial loss. Then there are potential safety hazards. We all know there could be legal liabilities. Tomorrow, if a piece of plaster falls on someone's head, besides the fact that it's a risk to life and danger, there's also legal liabilities. We'll have cases if someone's vehicle gets affected. All of these will keep happening, right? So there's risk of hazards, and obviously all the legal lawsuits will also cost money to the society. So we all know that it's easy to say yes, but there are a host of concerns. Each home is different. Some homes have senior citizens, some homes have young children, so on and so forth. So each person is in a unique situation, and it's not easy. Going in for redevelopment is not easy. So yes, we do understand the concerns of people. And one of them, for example, is temporary relocation worries. I will have to temporarily relocate from Safal Complex to some other place. How do I do that? I have to move all my materials. I have to resettle my life. All these are worries. Yes, we understand it's an emotional and logistical challenge to move out temporarily. But as a society, I think we should try to get a fair rental compensation and even assistance in finding suitable accommodations for our residents. We should also look at how we can support each other, especially the elderly residents and families with school-going children, etc. How we can support them during this relocation period, because we are a community and we really have to rally and support each other. These are things that we have to make sure we do and help each other. Then, there is the uncertainty about timelines and delays. People are worried that, if it takes too long, then what? What if there's a delay in the project, etc. So it's important that we work very closely with the project management consultants and the developers, or if we are self-redeveloping, then we have to be personally involved in making sure that timelines are carefully planned and there are contractual safeguards everywhere to prevent delays. So we'll have to ensure that these safeguards are put in place. We'll have to create a mechanism, and we will do it, where we get regular updates and progress reports so that everybody knows completely what's happening. And then there is the worry on trust and financial security, right? So owning a house is a lifelong project for most people. It's worth a lot more than probably what we can ever see in cash at once. And therefore, ensuring the financial security of the home is absolutely critical. And that's where a well-structured agreement with strict accountability needs to be in place to ensure the residents' interest. We will engage legal and financial experts to ensure the project remains secure and beneficial for all. So these experts have to come in. We do need all consultants, all expertise to make sure this is taken care of. If we do decide to go in for redevelopment, ensuring a secure and smooth process is absolutely critical. For that, we need open and transparent communication. We need to have regular updates where we will address concerns and provide project updates. There will need to be a dedicated support team, which is nothing but a subcommittee, to answer all questions of residents, and a WhatsApp group. We've already created one Safal welfare group. We'll need groups like that to discuss common concerns and maybe even address them straight away. The next part to ensure a smooth process is to make sure we select the right developer. So selecting the right developer needs a rigorous process. And the one thing we have to keep in mind is that the developer has to be financially very strong. They need to have executed projects of this size in the past. And the financial strength is important because we don't want the project to ever get stuck because there is a shortage of funds. And that's the reason why this criteria is important. We also need to have legal agreements with penalty clauses for delays and breaches. Now that is motivation for the developer and to make sure the project is executed on time. If we are self-redeveloping, we'll have to do the same with the contractor as well. Planning for a comfortable relocation is also part of the smooth transition that we are planning. So we'll have to ensure we get timely rental compensation and logistical assistance for every family. Priority support for families with senior citizens and school-going children. We'll have to ensure legal and regulatory compliances are upheld. Every step has to be aligned with the NMMC and other regulatory requirements. RERA compliance will have to be put in place to ensure residents' interests are safeguarded. Okay. Now let's assume we've done the redevelopment, and let's look at the picture after the redevelopment. How does it look like? So, roughly, the current market scenario is that a 1 BHK in Safal is roughly about 1.2 CR, and 2 BHKs are going for about 1.7, maybe up to 1.8 CR. Now, after redevelopment, there are a few things that will happen. Number one, in a new redeveloped society with a lot of amenities, etc., the per square feet carpet value is going to be much higher. So currently it is about 25,000. It could be as high as 45,000 on a per square feet basis. Now, one more benefit that could come is you get additional carpet area with the increased FSI. So maybe as much as 25%. See, both this 40,000 per square feet, 25% carpet area additional are estimates. When we actually do the math, it could change. The reality could be a little different. But this is just to give you an idea of what it will look like. The new total value by these calculations could be your 1 BHK could be as much as 2.4 and 2 BHK as much as 3.4 CR. So literally it's a doubling of your current value that is possible if we actually go in for redevelopment. This could be the value of your property, say 5 years from now, once the redevelopment is completed. Please, once again, I'm telling you, these are approximate values and they will change as the things change. The price per square feet and the additional carpet area, both are assumptions. The reality might be a little different, and that's what we'll have to keep our eye on. Right. Moving on, the new property will also have other amenities. Obviously, we'll have an upgraded lifestyle, like we could probably have a pool, we could have physical activities so that, there's exercise options available for our residents for a healthier lifestyle. We'll have to create community areas like clubhouses, etc., where our senior residents and the younger kids, etc., can come each evening, play with each other, engage with each other, and create social bonding. And of course, modernized facilities, both in terms of safety and every other aspect, will have to be part of the new development. I just mentioned safety, so enhanced security systems is something that we will need. It's very important to ensure safety of residents. We will definitely have advanced technology, state-of-the-art security system, all resulting in peace of mind for our residents, for our people staying in Safal Complex. Right. So we would also like to have community areas and recreational areas to increase social interaction, community spirit, etc. So you all get the picture that this is what we want in the redeveloped society. So what are the next steps in the journey? So once we decide to go ahead with the redevelopment, there is something called as a feasibility report that the PMC will have to put together. So what are these next steps, right? Number one, in the SGM, which is attended by a minimum of 208 members, which is 2/3 of our members, 208 have to be present. Out of this, 159 members will have to vote in favor of the redevelopment. 159 is nothing but 51% of the entire membership of 312 in Safal. The meeting minutes to be circulated within 7 days, and we need to, within 30 days, appoint an architect or a PMC to determine scope of work. And it is the job of this architect and PMC to create what is called as the feasibility report. One more thing that will have to be done is we'll have to get written consent from all the members to proceed with the redevelopment. Once this is done, we go to the post-feasibility report stage. We need to then decide on whether we want self-development or a developer-led way forward. Next, we need to identify, if we are going for developer, we need to know what the minimum criteria is. Similarly, for self-development, we'll have to look at what the minimum criteria for the contractor is. We have to invite tenders from these developers or contractors. And we'll have to again call an SGM to finalize the developer. And this will be in the presence of an authorized officer from the registrar's office. So this is another safeguard that is put in place. So there's a stamp of authority coming from the registrar as well. And finally, there's an agreement with the developer within 3 months of this SGM. This is the final SGM which is there. After this, within 3 months, there has to be an agreement with the developer or contractor. After this agreement, what happens? After this agreement, the developer needs to share a project plan with completion dates. The developer needs to put 20% of the project cost as bank guarantee in the society. That's right. Let's assume the project cost is, let's say, about 50 crores. Then 20% of that is 10 crores. So 10 crores is something that the developer will have to put in the bank account of the society as a bank guarantee. Next, the developer has to facilitate alternate accommodation for all the residents by compensating on deposits, rentals, as well as brokerage. All three compensations the developer has to give. And finally, there has to be an agreement between the developer and individual members. That's right. Each individual member signs an agreement with the developer. It's not as if there's one agreement that the society has. Each member has to have an agreement. And finally, the members vacate the premises after all approvals and legalities are in place. And the developer's clock starts on the day the last member has handed over the keys and moved out of the premises. So in sum, there are a lot of details and it's a long process till we reach there. But in sum, I just want to say, let's get together, move forward on this project. We are just not rebuilding structures, but we are building a safer, stronger, more vibrant community for generations to come. We know that there are emotions, challenges, uncertainties, and all of that involved. And we assure you that your concerns matter. And that through careful planning, transparent decision making, and collective support, we will ensure this transition is smooth and beneficial for every resident. Let's all get together, let's work together, let's make sure Safal Complex is here to stay for years to come, and we leave behind something for our children and grandchildren as a lovely community for them to live in. Thank you. Looking forward to your support. Bye-bye.